the materials you're going to need for this project. I'm first going to show you how to create this pattern yourself by taking a onesie, folding it in half, and making this measurement at the top and in the front just like this. Then you're going to connect the lines. And you have your front bib piece, and we're also going to mark the fold. And then you're going to put it on another piece of paper marking these measurements, extending the back up a little bit, and then connecting that line, and you have your back piece. I'm also adding my seam allowance right here to the back, about a 1/2 inch. Cut it out and you have your pattern for this tutorial. You can use my pattern. It is free in the description box below if you would like to print it out. Once you print it out, it'll look like this. And you can check at the top hand corner if your measurement is right by measuring this 1-inch square and making sure that it's 1 inch by 1 inch. Now we're going to cut out our pieces, leaving our seam allowance all the way around, except for where the pattern says not to. And we should have 2 front pieces and 4 back pieces. We're going to put our back pieces to our front pieces right sides touching and sew it. It'll look like this. We're going to open our seams and put these pieces right sides touching, matching up those shoulder seams. Now here's where you choose if you're going to do a buttonhole or a button and loop method. If you're doing a button and loop method, then cut out a 4-inch piece of elastic or string and put it in just like this, and we're going to sew right here. But I'm not going to do that method, so I'm taking that out, and then just pin it and sew it from the back around the neck into the back again. Clip those corners, and then we're making little notches all the way around this curve. Measure all the way around your bib, and I got 28 inches. So now I'm going to cut out a piece of fabric that is 2.5 inches by 2 times the length of that measurement we just took. And if you need to sew pieces together, then go ahead and do that. Then put your strap right sides touching and sew down both the edges, just like this. Flip it right side out and base stitch along the top. We're going to do 2 rows of base stitching, and a base stitch is just a low tension and a very long stitch length. So I'm putting my machine's tension at 1 and doing my stitch length at 5. Now pull the back threads to gather it to the measurement you got earlier. Mine was 28. Now we're going to pin and sew the ruffle to the right side of our bib. Just on the front side, move the lining out of the way. Once that's done and sewn on, we're going to sew our bib right sides touching, sandwiching that gathered piece in between and leaving an opening to turn right side out. Turn it right side out through that hole. Take our base stitches out. We're going to hand sew that spot we left open closed. And I'm going to top stitch around the neckline. But before I do that, I'm going to mark where my button goes, the top and the bottom of it, and then hand sew it to the other side. If you're doing the loop method, you would just hand stitch your button to the opposite side. I'm taking that mark underneath my buttonhole maker and letting my machine make my buttonhole. Put a pin and seam rip that hole open. And here it is all finished. I'm so excited I was able to bring you this free pattern. Like I said, it'll be in the description box below if you want to download it and print it out. Keep in mind that this is hand drawn and I am not a professional. This is my first time ever doing something like this. So I hope that I can help you out by letting you just use my pattern. Or you can just make it yourself like I show you in the beginning of the tutorial. You can also make it without the ruffle if you would like, and this is what that looks like. I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like my channel, then please subscribe. I would love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.